Caterpillars are often seen as chubby leaf-eating machines on their way to becoming butterflies or moths. But beneath their colorful bodies lies a world of hidden talents, surprising adaptations, and complex behaviors. Here are 11 little-known facts about caterpillars that will make you see them in a whole new light. 1. They can communicate with plants, sort of. Caterpillars don't have telephones, but they can still talk to plants, chemically, that is. Some species release specific enzymes that cause the plant to produce defense chemicals, but these chemicals can actually benefit the caterpillar. They can act as deterrents to predators or even attract helpful ants that protect the caterpillar from harm. 2. They have superhuman strength, for their size. Don't underestimate a caterpillar's pulling power. In proportion to their body size, some caterpillars can exert a force equivalent to lifting several times their own weight. This incredible strength allows them to haul themselves up leaves, spin elaborate cocoons, and even hold on tight during windy conditions. 3. They can fake their deaths, and look scary doing it. When threatened, some caterpillar species have a dramatic defense tactic. They contort their bodies, regurgitate a foul-smelling liquid, and even thrash about wildly. This display, complete with fake death throes and scary markings, can be enough to convince a predator to find a less dramatic meal. 4. They use social media, the caterpillar version. While they might not have smartphones, some caterpillar species leave messages for each other. They deposit pheromones, chemical signals, on leaves or branches. These pheromones can warn others of danger, attract mates, or even guide younger caterpillars to the best food sources. 5. They can spin more than just cocoons. While cocoons are the most famous caterpillar creations, some species spin silken shelters for other purposes. They might use silk to create feeding platforms on leaves, build communal shelters for groups of caterpillars, or even line their burrows for added protection. 6. They have built-in sunblock, sometimes. Caterpillars that spend most of their time basking in the sun need protection from harmful UV rays. Some species have developed a natural sunscreen. They produce melanin, the same pigment that gives us a tan, in their skin to shield themselves from the sun's damaging effects. 7. They can taste with their feet. Caterpillars don't have taste buds on their heads like us. Instead, they have tiny taste receptors on their feet. As they crawl across leaves, these receptors can detect the presence of sugars and other nutrients, helping them find the tastiest parts of the plant to munch on. 8. They can see in more colors than we think. While not possessing the same level of visual acuity as humans, some caterpillar species can see a wider range of colors, including ultraviolet light. This allows them to detect patterns and markings on plants that are invisible to us, potentially helping them find food sources or identify potential mates. 9. They have internal party favors, for parasites. This one's a bit gruesome, but fascinating nonetheless. Some caterpillar species get infected with parasitic wasps. These wasps lay their eggs inside the caterpillar, and when the wasp larvae hatch, they feed on the caterpillar's insides. But to avoid an early demise, the caterpillar actually produces special proteins and structures within its body to nourish the developing wasp larvae, essentially throwing a party for its future predator. 10. They can travel without moving, sort of. Some caterpillar species have a clever way to disperse themselves to new territories. They release silken threads into the air, catching on the wind and carrying them long distances, a technique known as ballooning. Imagine a tiny caterpillar floating through the sky on a silken parachute. 11. They can be cannibals, but not always. In times of resource scarcity, some caterpillar species might resort to desperate measures. They may eat the eggs or even smaller larvae of their own kind to survive. While not the most pleasant behavior, it's a harsh reality of survival in the natural world. So next time you see a caterpillar, remember, they're more than just chubby leaf eaters. They're complex creatures with surprising adaptations, fascinating behaviors.